Kick it off. Say I'm ready. Kick it off. I'm ready to hear what you have to say.
Are we selling the dollar or buying the dollar?
What? Why are you asking me?
I'm asking you. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say.
Gain more knowledge from that book.
Which book?
Oh no, we're a book making sense.
What was that book you posted in the group chat, Koo?
What's up? Which one?
The economics one.
That book?
Yeah.
That's my economics class I'm taking right now.
Wow.
Yep, I was supposed to take that class last year. I never took it. Had I taken it last year, I would have got more fundamentals.
Is that both micro and macro or just macro?
Good question. Hold on. You said macro and what?
Micro.
It's more focused on macro than micro. There isn't much for there's a lot for macroeconomics here on this.
Okay.
There's only like there's like 2 pages for micro. That's it.
And here you have economy-inspired fried chicken sandwich. You never find this at a fast food restaurant.
Saying, are you buying the dollar tonight?
Why don't you try my Asian fried chicken sandwich? Baby crispy fried chicken strips, crunchy Asian sauce, and a kosher jump pan. All on toasted baguette. Security, yeah. Want to be afraid of a little competition? Want to go to war with each other?
Yo, saying,
Were you asking me?
Yeah, you buying the dollar tonight?
I want to buy it, but I mean, it's not even breaking 90 yet right now.
Nope.
But on a daily chart, it was a retracement a little bit, and it wants to go up, but on a weekly chart, it's still a sell. But there's a very good, strong support at 89. I don't know if that's gonna break it. I think it's just gonna consolidate for next few days.
Are you swinging these signals, Koo? Or you?
I'm gonna swing them out for all the way till tomorrow morning. The most important thing is I don't care about ISM really. There's an announcement coming out from the White House tomorrow. I know that for sure. Trump's supposed to say it, so we'll see what Trump's got to say in the first 5 minutes for that announcement, and then I won't be available to let you guys know because I'll be in class. But expect the dollar to retrace during New York sessions because it's dropping back tonight. And then the most important red news for tomorrow would be the RBA rate statement with the interest rate decision from the Reserve Bank of Australia. That's at 9:30 p.m., which is 10:30 Eastern time.
Are you still selling that?
Oh, the Australian dollar?
Yeah.
No.
You gave up?
I gave up.
Okay.
Well, the month is over anyways. I mean, either way, I mean, it did go all the way down to either way, it went all the way down to.
Yeah, I made some nice pips on that. Or
yeah, it went down pretty good enough. I mean, to the middle band. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, it went down to 77.
Yeah, it went down to the middle band on the weekly chart.
Yeah.
I mean, I was expecting somewhere close around 77. I think so. But overall, I mean, eventually it's gonna come back down to 75.
Show us what you're seeing on the charts for this week.
Australia won't hit 75 unless they really talk down on the currency tomorrow. There is a lot of news on Australia this week.
Yes.
A lot of news.
Yes.
Thursday's gonna be another important day because the European Central Bank is supposed to release the deposit interest rate decision. Every first week of the first month of the quarter, which is this month, and then 3 months from now it'll be set for May.
Okay.
And then 3 months from that, it'll be set for, what is it? Oh, is it? Yeah. March, April, May, no. June will set for the summer third quarter. And then
September.
June, July, August. Yeah, then September is gonna set the so every first week or the first month of of each quarter, they have to release.
Keep going.
Comes down to Australia, Euro, plus along with non-farm payroll, and then I think Canada's got their interest rate decision this week too. I think that's what I saw there. Where?
Why you holding that?
I guess not. Just Euro and Australia has their. No, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Canada does have their interest rate decision this week. So, like I said, this first week is going to be really, really crazy on Red News. If I'm going to weekly swing, I'll let you guys know. As of right now, I don't plan on doing it for this week because there's so much volatility coming up starting Monday. I would be, like I said, I'll be more focused on all the high impact news for this week with non-farm payroll. If we were to count all the red high impact news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Bank of Japan has their interest rate decision as well. So you got 4 interest rate decisions this week, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 20. So we got almost 30 red news coming up this whole week. Woo. We got 29 red news, including non-farm payroll. You got a week like this, you got to be ready to prepare for every reversal, every retracement, and unexpected spikes out of nowhere for this week.
It's the week to make money, guys.
Or the week to lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Most cases, in most cases.
As soon as New York opens tomorrow, I'll have more of confirmation where they're trying to send the dollar. I do want to buy the dollar for non-farm payroll for this Friday.
Are they predicting good news? That's what it said on investing.com.
FX Street said they expect bad news. I'm waiting on some more confirmations from the other Forex websites and see what they think, but more than likely we're going to buy it. Because if they're going to sell the dollar from tonight and all the way till Thursday, and then if they're expecting it to be bad, then they're going to send the dollar all the way back down again. And then when Friday morning hits, before it gets released, it's going to be up and down so much, and all of a sudden you're going to see the candle spike right up a lot. So you just got to be prepared for that. But when New York sessions open, then I'll get a more definite confirmation what they're trying to do with the dollar. So, other than that, I really don't expect too much except focus on the Reserve Bank of Australia tomorrow.
And what you thinking? That's going to be a buy or sell for that news?
They've been trying to push the Australian dollar back down,
Okay.
but it's only Sunday. We're only in like an hour and 45 minutes into Tokyo, so it's just too soon for me to say, okay, we're gonna sell Australia. I like to make my decision like within the last 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. Mm.
I don't want to make any early predictions unless it's London to where it's more precise. I don't think there's nothing for. I don't care about the market services PMI. It has nothing to do with the euro. Most importantly is the Italian elections that just hit over this past weekend. There's a lot of mixed information going on with the Italy election. So some people are saying it's bad, some people saying it's good. It all comes down to who's running that show right now. It all comes down to here. Let me see here. If you guys are on investing.com, I would recommend reading this. Okay, this is the most important thing right here. Exit polls suggested that two forces would have enough seats to govern together, and they have in the past shared strong anti-euro views. That means they want to have their own currency. So, while we want to leave the single currency at the earliest feasible moment, the 5-star says that time for quitting the euro has passed. The euro started the week on a solid footing as 2/3 of SPD members support a coalition clearing the way for new government in Europe's largest economy. So it's the largest economy after months of political uncertainty. So there's still uncertainty going on. There's still a lot of debates going on with this election. Nothing's really finalized yet. The moment it's finalized, I really don't expect the euro to be going up. I expect it to be going down. Any election, it just sends the currency down. I haven't really seen to where the elections have made it positive for the currency, because there's always debates after how they're going to run the government. So if they've been trying to be on their own and claim independence for a while, just like the UK, it just makes the euro more vulnerable of losing the value of itself. So a lot of countries in Europe are trying to become more independent. So once the UK leaves, Spain wants to do it. I mean, Spain's been trying to do it for a long time. Italy wants to do it now. So wouldn't be surprised if everything gets broken up in the next 10, 20 years here. You got a lot of major setbacks coming up for the Euro Central Bank for the upcoming years here. So a lot of people are trying to become their own country. That's a real important topic to stay up to date with, especially if you're trading euro. Any questions for me?
No, I suppose.
That's it, so I can go home and sleep.
Oh yeah, I got a question. How could you like go over like the? Hold on.
The what?
The moving average convergence divergence indicator. Could you like go over that?
The MACD. Oh,
Yeah, because I wasn't sure how to use that. Like I was reading the book, but
the MACD really sucks on. It's not really. I'll show you the MACD on TradingView. It's not really. It's not the way it's set up on because it gives you 2 lines versus the 1 line. I only need 1 line. I want to see if I can shade this in.
Hell, this thing came out as John Doe.
John Doe's in the house. Holy crap.
Oh boy, John Doe is back.
Yeah.
Good, everybody.
MACD. All right, cool. All right. I don't care about the signal line. Cool. Here's how you use MACD. It's easier on the phone, but I'll explain this a little bit easier. What are we on? DXY? No. Oh, crap. We're on Euro here. Cool. All right. So when you change your pixels, and if you shaded the gray areas on your phone,
yeah.
you can see these I don't know how to say it. I just call it mountains, hills, whatever. And you get a more definite reading on how the lines create a downhill movement and uphill movement. Now with the MACD line, I'm gonna run. See if I can put RSI in here. I'm gonna run this. I'll make a video and I'll explain exactly what to actually look for. Okay, convert this in here. I'll do it before. Okay. Anytime you see RSI crossing in under, it's a sell.
Okay.
Okay, and then the moment it comes back up. So when you pinpoint, so how I pinpoint it is, let me draw some stuff here. I'll pinpoint on the smartphone because I just trade on the smartphone and it's a little more easier and more accurate to go off the RSI and MACD. When RSI pushes up against the MACD and crosses it, then you can go long in it long term. And then if you look at it, you follow the weekly and the daily and the monthly, anytime it makes that cross, it has to shoot up to 70 or even above 70 from where it started. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just the way I've seen it. You can see how RSI crossed right here. Okay? And you can see the cross, the candles that were pushing up here. And it went down a little bit, but that doesn't matter. If you follow the RSI and had the patience, look how much it went up.
Oh yeah.
Along with MACD, but MACD takes forever to make that line all the way up. RSI moves a little bit faster. So with this, if you use RSI and stochastic, when RSI and stochastic actually goes up against and crosses MACD, then it's a strong uptrend all the way up. anytime it crosses going down, like when RSI is going down here, even though it bounced back up, it was still a sell all the way down here. So this is just another way of using RSI crossing with MACD. A lot of people don't use it for that way, but I use it because the moment it crosses, then I'm getting in whether it's a buy or a sell long term. And this is another way of projecting long term future price projections and also projecting for the months ahead. So this is on the weekly chart for Euro USD. You can see that the RSI is already crossed down here. That's why I don't care. I know that the euro is trying to come back up again at 124. I don't care about that. Eventually it's going to come back down. Okay? If you have the patience and you have the money to cover it, eventually euro is going to come down. And you can see that MACD is already above 70 here. You can see how high MACD was. It was already like above 80, or this is like, to me, close to 100 here. So the moment, like I said, the moment it crosses, whether it's RSI or stochastic, but you want to go off RSI because stochastic moves a little bit like twice as fast than the RSI. So with the RSI, it's a little bit slower than the stochastic. You can push it. You can expect it to come down. Eventually, it's going to keep pushing down. Now, it's not going to always going to hit 30 or go back all the way down to 0. Eventually it'll try and bounce off of 40 and 50 before it tries to go back down to 0 or 30. So, but this is like long term, like really, really long term here. And I'll make a video on the phone because on TradingView, this gets a little bit too confusing here. So with the phone setup, you can see, for those of you that have the phone, you're looking at euro. Let's pull out euro again. I'll make a video and explain it one more time. What you want to do is you want to zoom out so you can see the overall structure on the phone. Here you don't really need to zoom out on TradingView because you can already see all the way back from 2017 here on November 2017. So you don't really need to zoom back. Now, if you zoom back and you actually look as if you use the stochastic and RSI, eventually it's going to come down and cross the MACD and push down. I mean, that's just one way of looking at the MACD. You can trade, you can scalp off the MACD on the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart. I'll have to make a video on that too.
So you can use the MACD to scout.
Yeah. I've been wanting to make like so many different videos, but I got crammed with so many personal sessions this weekend. And so I'm not even done with personal sessions. So I have at least 24, 23 people asking for personal sessions. So that's an hour each. So that's like a whole day right there. So it's been nonstop, and plus trying to do homework, and then wife and kids want to go out and do something. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've been pretty busy, and so it's just been nonstop, and I can't really like take a break at all.
Yeah, when you got the time, that'd be cool. Because yeah, like Ken, I still don't really understand the MACD
Yeah.
properly, but I know you swore by it. I remember you saying like webinar ages ago. It was just like the MACD and the RSI is what you used to scout like this time last year.
Yeah, it's something for long term because the MACD takes its time, and I'll show you how to read off I'll show you how to read off this, like these red lines here, and it's a little more accurate to go off the lines. These I don't know how to say it, but the shaded areas behind the MACD.
Histogram.
Yeah, histograms. Hell yeah, that's what it's called. I just call them hills, but yeah. Yeah, the histogram, you can go off the histogram without the line. There's a way of looking at it. There's a couple of videos on YouTube that talks about it. I didn't pick up on this until I saw this guy on YouTube talking about it, but he actually describes it as a way of going long term. The moment, like, what he does, he doesn't look at RSI and all this. And in his follow line, what he does is he follows this all the way until the last one comes down here. The moment it comes down here, then he starts selling it. It's kind of tough. I'm telling you, this is on a weekly chart. It's kind of tough to go off of this, but when you focus on the phone and zoom in on the phone, you get a more precise reading. Here, if I were to zoom in, it's kind of tough to go off of. Now, I would suggest going off the weekly chart. So let me cut this off and oh, come on. Let me go off the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour here, okay, so I'll show you the 4 hour. He would sell it here, keep selling it. He would keep selling it. And then what he does is he'll look and see, okay, you know, they create support up here. They create support. They're trying to push back up. And if it's not enough movement, like these big histograms here, if it's not enough like this, then he's still going to short it. And you can see how much it struggled on the 4 hour here for euro, and it went right back down again. So he's still going to short it. And in the moment it creates like a hill like this, especially when the lines increase even higher and higher and higher, then he gets out, and then he'll end up buying it instead of selling it.
So it's like price action.
Yeah.
Is it like price action with the histogram?
Pretty much. I mean, you can see here how the RSI and MACD was already oversold, and the RSI already crossed the MACD, so that's why it's easier to bounce off the RSI. And you can see how the RSI is all the way back up here, but Euro's are really struggling here. Eventually, Euro's going to drop back, and you can see that RSI is not really overbought, but it's going to try and push up to hit 70. Or try to get at least 80 here where this is at, and then come back down. And you can see, you can see how this is starting to curve. You can see that?
Yeah.
The moment it starts to curve, then he gets back in and sells it. So it's just another, it's just another indicator to bounce off of. There's so many other ways of reading MACD and going off of MACD, and I don't teach it. I don't really teach it because I don't use it as much as often. But it's just a good reference point to go to bounce off using the histogram. And I mean, if that's the way you want to use it as, then you can, or you can just look at RSI crossing here. And you can see that MACD is really struggling to break higher. If it's struggling to break higher, then it has to fall back down. Because you can see how high MACD was up here. And it has it has to even go higher. But if it's not going to hit higher, then it's going to drop back. So what you want to do is you want to draw this line. You got to ask yourself, okay, is it really going to curve back up or is it going to curve back down? More than likely, it's going to curve back down. So this has nothing to do with fundamentals. This is just basically just going off one indicator.
Mm.
You like I said, your most important indicators are your bottom indicators. Because on top, you don't really need an indicator. You can just basically just go off the moving average. If the candles are above the moving average, then you just stay with the uptrend. When the candles shift down, and when the candles are below the moving average, then it's a downtrend. So, but your most important indicators are the ones that are at the bottom. Without that, then I mean, you don't want to use any indicators. Then basically, you're just going to follow where the candles are going to push for price.
What do you use for your moving averages?
I only have the 10 SMA and the 20 SMA off the Bollinger Bands. So I just have the 10 simple moving average and the 20 simple moving average. Because your middle band off the Bollinger Bands is your 20 SMA. It even says it when you on your settings on your Bollinger Bands. Yo, Nicholas.
Hey, what's up?
Dude, don't you use 50 and 100?
Oh, yeah, the 100 and 200.
Oh yeah, the 100, 200. My bad, I forgot about that. It's kind of like this, right? Where when they cross.
Yeah. Those are for my long-term trades, though.
Okay.
For the normal price action trades,
Yeah.
the 7 and the 14.
Okay.
Those are faster, you know?
That is true. They are faster. Yeah. They move a lot faster than the 10 and 20. Yeah, I'm going to have Nick explain the 100 and 200 because he's one of the admins here.
Let's go, Nick.
If you don't want to explain, that's fine too.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay. I'll stop sharing. I'll make you the host.
Let me just get my chart up.
Okay. I'm going to make you the host. Nick's going to explain how he uses the 100 and 200 because I don't use it, but he uses it and he's pretty accurate on his stuff. So. Okay. All right, you're the host, so whenever you're ready, you can share your screen.
All right. We got a chart. Good. I'll use one of my favorite pairs.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice to see the screen? No?
Did what? Did I what? Okay.
Oh, this is confusing.
Well, it's on you. If you think it looks good, unless you need to fix it, it's fine. Oh, come on, dude.
Good. Right here. So the blue is the 400.
That's the
put
what?
the 400 moving average.
Okay.
The 400, 200. I use the 100 too, but not as often.
Okay.
The 4 and the 2 I use mainly for my long-term trades because I usually do a lot of swing trades, as you guys should know. Yes. So for a long-term trade, it's very long. See, the candles are above the white moving average, which is the 200. So that would signify to me that it's a uptrend. And usually because they're slow, the downtrend can start when you can see that it's curled over the blue right here. It's starting to make a downtrend, but currently the market is going sideways, so that's why the two moving averages are close together, but they're going sideways. So this market is basically just going up and down in one area, as you can see right here. But that's on the day chart. So let me just go on the 4 hour. It will look different. But if you do like day trading and stuff like that, it'll show you the same thing. So here it's uptrending on the hour. As long as the market is above the 200, which is the white moving average, it's a strong uptrend. Strong. As well as the 7 and the 14, which are these the red and the yellow. What Ku was saying was when the candles are below the yellow and the red, that's a strong downtrend. And as long as these candles are below the moving averages, there's no reason to buy this market. None whatsoever. If you buy it, you'll be crazy. The same reason as over here, as long as the market is above the yellow and the red moving averages, which is the 7 and the 14, that's a strong uptrend, as you can see. Each candle closed above the yellow. Right here, you see 3 bearish candles, but these 3 bearish candles did not close below the yellow. They closed above the yellow moving averages, which is the 7 moving average. And then it continued up. As long as the candle closes below the yellow, for instance, right here, it closed below the yellow and it started to go down. That's typical trend change. And from here, it just went all the way down. So the 7 and the 14 moving average, I use those when I'm day trading with Ku and when I'm just doing like trading oil or anything of that sort. But if I'm doing my long-term trades, I use the day chart. But let's not go to that. Let's just stick to the normal day trading, the hour and the 30-minute, the 15. Even for the 15-minute, the same thing apply. If you're scalping the market, 15-minute candles, all of these candles are above the yellow moving average, which signify a buy. As long as the candle closes below, it's a sell. Here is just going sideways up and down at the moment. Closes below, continues going down. Here is dead zone, it's dead. But if you're scalping, as long as the market closes above the yellow and the red, which is the 7 and the 14 moving average, it's a buy. And that's as simple as it gets. Simple. That's how the moving averages work. It tells you the basic direction of the market based on price action. No exact science because the market can do whatever it wants, but trust me, when you get the moving averages down, it's a powerful tool. Like here, when the moving averages are close together, it's dead market. But as long as you see that, engulfing candle and it closes below, and it goes all the way down, So I hope that you guys get that. That's pretty simple.
Yes.
Thanks, Nick.
Yep. Thanks. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
But unless you're doing long-term trades, long, when I say long-term, I mean days holding past a week. Who says I'm crazy for holding my trades over a week? But I can do both.
I didn't say anything.
So on the 15-minute chart, you can see how much pips you can even get. Say if you follow the moving averages alone and you follow the rule, say from here to here, you can grab a good 65 pips on this ampere. And even if you trade it all the way down to this part, that's a good 253 pips by just following the moving average, As long as it's below, it's a sell. When it goes above, it's a buy. Like that. Boom.
So you only use moving averages, Nick?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Cool.
Yeah. Moving averages is just me. And these moving averages, they apply to any time chart. This is the 5-minute chart, and you see the same rule applies. Once it's below, it's a sell. Once it's above, it's a buy. Here, big sell. So yeah, that's the basics of the 7 and the 14 moving average for short term, which is like day trading, and the 200 and the 400. It just tells you the big trend, where the trend is. That's it. So I'm gonna hand back over to Ku, unless he's, I don't know, busy.
No, I'm not busy.
Dude, what the hell is that behind you?
Huh?
What the hell is that?
What?
Your Black Panther suit?
Oh, this is the Batmobile.
Oh, shit.
Black Panther suit.
The Batmobile, dude. This thing's a beast. Hold on, let me turn it on.
Oh,
Batman's right here too. Yeah, I got it, man. I got this thing. I got a lot of toys back here.
Yeah.
I was gonna get Black Panther though.
One thing I forgot to mention, though. Let me just get back the chart. Every time you're entering the market,
This is tough right now.
entering the market is a very vital thing, yeah? You gotta know when the market moves. The market, it's so funny. It does one impulsive move, then goes sideways. Impulsive move, goes sideways. Then it just moves incrementally. And that's how it does all the time. That's it. Simple. It's like that. I can tell the impulsive moves easily on the hour chart. We go to UJ. Yeah, that's UJ. And every time it makes an impulsive move, it always. So look at this area right here. Impulse, sell, sideways. Impulse, sell, pullback, sideways. Impulse, pullback. This is probably some news, maybe. I don't know. Then it sells again. Then from here, it just does what it wants. Impulsive up, pullback, up again, pullback, up. And then it's just sideways movement from here. So on entering the market, you enter on your pullback. Don't ever try to enter after the impulse move, because then you will suffer hard. You would pay for it, literally. Own money. And then what happens is that you get frayed and you close your trade. because you don't like to see the red. None of us like to see red. So entering the market is very key. So when Cook sends his signals, you got to be on point. You got to pay attention and just enter. A lot of guys, always say they lose is because they enter the market the wrong time. So yeah.
Nicholas, what's your green MA?
Just just for style. I don't even use them.
What is it?
I don't even look at those. Trust me.
Has an indicator just for style.
It makes my chart look pretty. Well, those are just directionals, It's just directing me. Okay, so I know from that it's a downtrend. It's moving average. But I pay more attention to the yellow, the red, the white, and the blue. Right? That's the 7 moving average, the 7 MA, the 14 MA, the 200, and the 400 for long-term trades. Yeah, that's it.
Sweet, man.
All right, Nick, are you done? I gotta answer this question here.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. How to determine the direction for Tokyo Open? Number one, like I always said, is to always look at the dollar index. And like I said last week, you can see that gold is up here. You can see the candles pushing up against the band. I know it's overbought, but it's still trying to push up. And I'll show you the US dollar index. Come on. You can see that DXY, dollar index, oversold, but that does not matter right now. Candles below the middle band, and it's still trying to push down. There's no reason to buy the US dollar tonight. I said that if we were to follow the US dollar when the Sunday opens on the weekly chart, let me do this. I said that it has to close above here, and it didn't. Not gonna waste my time trying to buy it. So we'll be ready. You got to be ready for the retracement for New York sessions. As soon as New York hits, the dollar's going to try and retrace back to 90. Since it didn't close above here on this resistance point, which is 90.5, and it didn't break the SAR, I'm not going to waste my time buying this.
Oh, well.
When you mean break the SAR, what do you exactly mean? Is it like what I see to the left?
Yeah, the moment it breaks this, then it starts a new weekly trend off the SAR, and we can ride it all the way back because the moment it breaks this, then we can ride it all the way up to at least close to 94 first before it tries for 96 on the upper band.
So when you say break it, do you mean like it closes like above the SAR, or it just like
the moment it breaks any SAR, whether it's the 4 hour here, I'll run back to the smaller time frame so you guys can see that.
Are you sleeping?
Who's sleeping?
Sam.
I'm half awake asleep.
I don't know what you're doing.
It's past my bedtime.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Yeah.
8:30.
It's only 8:30.
8:30 in the evening? What the hell?
Yeah. In the evening. Yeah, so what I did was I went to the 1 hour chart before I went to the weekly. And it started this SAR an hour ago. No, not 2 hours, 3 hours ago. So 3 hours later, dot's still trying to push down. It's struggling. It'll try and come back to 90, but it's still pushing back down. No reason buying it. It has to be a significant movement back to the upside for us to even consider buying this thing for long term. I don't want to buy the dollar just for a couple hours and then short it back for the long term. So don't make no sense. If we're gonna short it, we're gonna short it all the way.
Short it all the way.
If they're gonna sell the dollar this whole week, like how like pretty much that's what I'm anticipating. If they're gonna sell the dollar this whole week, then we're buying the US dollar. Just like last month, February. If we were to backtrack last month, we could probably end up following the same pattern. Non-farm payroll was positive for February on Friday. The US dollar picked up momentum and went on an uptrend for that following week from February 2nd. Okay. It was non-farm payroll. It was positive for the US. And then from February 4th all the way to the 9th, it was positive. And then Sunday came by on the 11th of February. We sold it for that whole week before it went back up on Friday the 16th on February. So if we were to backtrack a month ago, it could probably end up being the same pattern. If it's the same monthly pattern, then all we're doing is following what happened last month. We're not changing anything. Once you start catching on to these patterns, monthly patterns, weekly patterns, there's daily patterns, there's a 12-hour pattern. I've tested almost every single pattern that there is out there. There's a couple patterns that work, and there's some that just don't work. Until I can crack the system, I'm gonna let everybody know what that system is. So, and not every weekly swing is perfect. Okay, first week and the last week of the month is so volatile. So this week is already have 29 red news. There's no way we're going to try and weekly swing for the whole week if there's that much high impact news.
It's crazy.
You're gonna catch yourself off guard, and you're gonna wonder if this is a retracement or if this is a reversal. We're better off just trying to trade red news for the whole week. If we're gonna swing, it'll just have to be catching 20, 30 pips, maybe 50 pips at the most on the 4-hour chart. But that's if it goes along our way for the whole session, for the next upcoming days. Until I see something going on for New York, of the start of New York, and for that first couple hours in New York, even though I'm in class, I'm still looking at it. I'll get a definite reading on where they're trying to push the dollar during New York sessions, because that tells me where they're going to try and push it for every New York session, not just for Monday, but for every single New York sessions from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we got 4 interest rate decisions for this week: Canada, Japan, Euro Central Bank, the Australia. I mean, you got some major stuff happening for this whole week. Like I said, that if the dollar index was below 90, there was no point of us buying it anyways. I mean, it struggled to even stay back to 90 after what Trump said on Thursday afternoon last week. So it might end up just staying here at the 89 price range until tomorrow. It's going to try and retrace back to 90, and we'll see if it breaks above 90 to stay above 90 during New York sessions to see if that's even going to be a new reversal. If it's not going to be a new reversal, then basically just going to be a sell from tonight and all the way till Thursday night, and then Friday they're just going to jack it back up for non-farm payroll. I've seen it happen That's what happened last month. And so you have to be prepared if we're going to follow the same pattern from last month.
Holy smokes.
What happened? What happened?
I just checked one of my my swing trades.
Oh yeah? You made some money?
Well, it's still running.
Is it oil?
No, USD ZAR.
What the heck is that? I don't even know what that is.
The South African dollar, the rand.
What? USD ZAR. I never even looked at that before. Let me look at it. You've been selling it?
Now I'm buying it now.
Oh, then that thing is going up. Is it that weak against the US dollar?
Yep.
That is a strong uptrend on 4 hours. Wow. Yeah. One,
Isn't there a
two,
huge spread on that?
yeah, 5 candles, 5 green candles.
I got in on the second green candle.
Dude, it's gonna break the SAR here on the weekly, dude. Right here. Breaks this all the way back up.
Yep.
Dude, this is just almost like the US dollar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for real.
This is almost like the US dollar, just like USD Swiss franc is almost like the US dollar index.
So imagine that the base currency here is the US dollar, but it's still going up. Even though the US DX is going down, this one is going up. Strange, huh? It just shows how weak the South African dollar is right now.
They must be taking a massive hit down there.
Yeah. This is where I guess this is where the fundamentals come in.
I don't know. I don't ever trade this pair, but I can see a long-term buy set up here.
Yep.
A really long-term buy. What's the spreads on this thing?
Don't even look at it.
Let me get in on this.
They're pretty big, man.
It's huge. It's like Ripple.
Yeah, it is like Ripple.
You got good capital to get this anyway. Trust.
I'll just do a 0.01. Holy crap, the spreads are like 400 for my broker.
For every broker.
Don't even talk about a swap. Wow. Down $35 on each trade.
Damn, you can make a lot of money off this pair.
I'm telling you. It's
A
crazy.
lot of money off this pair.
Let me tell you how much pips I'm up by already.
Which pair?
USD ZAR.
USDR. That's a lot of money made on this one. Yeah, you can't miss the uptrend on this one.
I got in at 11.79.
11.79.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Damn, you made some good money because it's about to hit $12.
Mm-hmm. And it's currently at 11.97. And one of my trades at $3 is at $456.
Holy crap.
Jesus.
Damn, I'm going to just start trading exotic pairs now.
Trust me, it's profitable. That's why I always tell you, I always trade in the peso.
Oh, yeah, the peso. That thing's up too.
That has a huge spread too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the peso's up. I know that. It's really tight range on the daily.
Peso moves with the dollar.
Yeah.
Once the dollar is up, the peso is up strong. Big candle.
That's some good money on that peso.
I don't care about the spreads, you know.
No, I mean if you can trade Bitcoin, you can trade these. I mean Bitcoin spreads are like 2,000-3,000.
Yeah. I know. I'm afraid of Bitcoin.
No, you want to be careful of Ripple. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys make money off of Ripple today? It hit $1 for TP.
Oh,
Well, it didn't hit $1 yesterday.
I know that, but that's why I put this signal in this morning. This morning. It hit TP. Same thing with Zcash. Zcash hit TP. Zcash and Ripple has been pushing up quite a bit. And then finally, Bitcoin started going back up, but Bitcoin's still struggling at 11.4.
It's still going long too?
Yeah, I'm still long on Bitcoin, Ripple, Zcash, Litecoin, and Dash.
Damn, you probably got in at a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I've been holding on for almost a week now on this.
Whoa, that means you got in at the pivot, the bottom? No.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been holding these trades for almost a week now. I don't like I said I don't want you guys to do a weekly swing on crypto unless you really have a good price point of coming in at the bottom and then holding out for the whole week because if you trade any crypto, you're looking for a long term setup to just like a long term investment for crypto. And so if you look at a long term investment, you just hold it on and I like stacking positions on Bitcoin because you don't get burnt out as much as stacking on Ripple and all the other ones. So when you stack on Bitcoin, you want to stack everything right away because the spreads are so far apart, like 2,000-3,000, that if you were to stack every spread at 2,000-3,000, you're gonna lose money. So that's why when I show like 10 positions on Bitcoin, it's because I stacked it like at the same price right away.
No.
That's the most effective way of compounding it on Bitcoin. If you try to do like Forex where you just stack it every 5-6 pips, there's no point in doing that with crypto. You're gonna catch yourself and you're gonna lose more money that way. Yeah, you gotta stack everything right away.
Look at Bitcoin, boy.
Man, I'm just waiting for that. I'm just waiting for Bitcoin to break 11.6.
Hey, let me. Can I show you my screen?
Oh yeah. Let me stop sharing. Go ahead.
The same thing applies to Bitcoin too.
Anyone selling anything right now? I'm still holding on myself or UJ. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh no, I'm still selling UJ.
Yeah, same. I'm just waiting for it to go back down.
I'm waiting for all the yen pairs to drop back.
Oh yeah, EJ too.
Yeah, EJ and GJ. I'm selling those suckers too.
You can see the screen?
Yeah, I see your screen.
Oh man, this is Bitcoin on the 15-minute chart. That's another example of the moving averages. You see, when this candle closed above the 7 moving average, but then it just went all the way up. That's how powerful. Because from here, the moving averages here are very close together. It just means it's just a little bit of consolidation. It's waiting for what you call a breakout. This is the breakout right here. This is, I don't know. Sometimes I set pending orders where I expect the market to pull back to, like so say like key support areas. Like key support areas, like where the wicks are all coming at. You see, like here, all these candles are the wick and it's just rejection all the way there. So I would have set a pending order around here. Let that thing activate, just take me all the way up. But I'm scared of Bitcoin, boy.
What?
I'm scared of Bitcoin. On the daily, Bitcoin is still, I don't know, you see that big trend up? Damn. Look at this. This thing came all the way down to this area. Wow.
What moving average is that one? That white one?
That's the 200.
That's the 200? Holy crap, so it broke the 200? That's crazy.
It broke the 200, but it showed rejection and pulled all the way back up. Came up.
Okay.
So, somebody once told me that sometimes the moving averages use, like these long-term moving averages, can act as support and resistance. So, like here, I can see how it acted as some type of a support. From here, it just went all the way back up.
I see.
Yeah, on Baby Pips, they explain that.
Yeah?
Yeah, they talk about moving averages can work as dynamic support and resistance because it moves with the price, but you have to choose the right one. And like, so also in your example here that you're showing,
Yeah.
also when price shoots too far away from the moving averages, that also lets you know when it's going to retrace. Because yeah, so like if you pick any one of the breakouts, go back down a little bit to the middle bar, like you'll see it on any one of the uptrends or even a downtrend. If it shoots too far away from the price, it always returns back to the price.
Always does. It always does. It goes back home.
Yeah.
Stay away for too
And
long.
so if you choose the right EMA based on the pair, because each one is a little bit different based on the volatility.
Yeah.
You'll see the bounces pretty clear. Because when I first started trading, I used a moving average crossover system, and that's what the site like explained, and Baby Pips explained the same thing. But it's just like Bollinger Bands. Similar concept.
I'm looking for this period GBP and ZD. Yeah, perfect examples on the GBP and ZD. I explained that as well. They just bounce off the 200 moving averages and go in a whole different direction. Yeah, like here, right here it bounced. It came to this moving average after it was up, come down, and just went all the way back up. I'm expecting this market, I don't know, on the hour, somehow or the other, the market is going to meet the moving averages again at some point. Damn, look at that. From here, where did we get in?
For what?
On Bitcoin.
10,600.
10,600.
EJ is dropping again nicely. I
That's
scalped it twice tonight.
How do you measure the pips in this pair though? There's like 800 pips. I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to count the pips. All I know is that for 0.01, for every $100 that it moves, you gain $10. That's just how I count it.
Oh, okay.
Now, if Ripple moves a penny, you're gaining. Man, what is it all?
It rips you apart.
Ripple gains a penny is like $100-something.
Serious?
Yeah, Ripple pays a lot of money. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man.
You can
Pays more
lose
than
a lot of
Bitcoin?
money.
Ripple stands for ripping.
I'm telling you.
From that point where you entered to now is like 900 pips. You in deep, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done again.
Come on.
Dollar on the move.
Dollar is on the move.
Where's it going?
I should have. My bad. I was not looking.
Going into my pocket. Nicholas, are these SMAs or EMAs?
SMAs.
Okay.
Dollar's on the move tonight.
Where's it going down?
No, dollar's pushing back up quick.
Let me check my trade.
No, if you look at Australia and New Zealand, they're dropping a lot in pips already. I wasn't looking at that crap. Too busy caught up in the Zoom here.
USDZR is pushing, boy.
Yeah, I know. I see that, but damn.
You ever get tempted to take profit in a swing trade? Just like
Yeah, I did, but okay. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay.
up 1,200. Yeah. Your USD drop back serious. Cool. How do you know your USD was gonna drop back, huh?
Well, the most important thing is that the what's it,
Election.
election. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to tell you guys to sell Australia and New Zealand because they're really dropping a lot right now. Now, the most important, like what I was pointing out on that MACD when we were showing the euro on the 4 hour, and you can see how it was struggling on the histogram, and the histogram was already starting to curve back versus curving right back up to create a new uptrend.
Okay.
Anything you see like that, you got to ask yourself: is it gonna can MACD really diverge and really push back even higher and create that new line going up? And so, and plus euro is really struggling at the 123 the 123. Yeah, I don't think it even hit 123.5. But your money maker right now is Australia and New Zealand, which is selling it because they dropped hard, real hard.
I'm selling it.
What time frame are you looking at?
Look at the 1 hour. You can see how much New Zealand. If you look at the 1 hour, you can see how much New Zealand dropped the most. Australia's falling right behind it, and the pound is already starting to drop back real hard. So, and the dollar is trying to push right back up to 90. This is it's really critical because we're into the 3rd hour of Tokyo, and so right before the 3rd hour, there has to be some sort of confirmation of the trend to keep going, or if they're going to reverse it, they're going to reverse it.
Do you notice a lot of times, like between like 10 and 11:30, that things reverse?
Yeah, around Asian time, yeah.
Yeah, because I'll be in trades like from 6 to 9:30, 9:45, and I could be up killing it, and all of a sudden you come back and almost all the profits evaporated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I totally agree with you on that.
Australian dollar, where is it?
No, you guys can see that New Zealand's really dropping the most. Australia is following right behind it. The pound's starting to drop back, and then euro's trying to keep this bullish momentum at 123. But you can see on the 4 hour that it's creating a resistance. There's no point. I'm not gonna waste my time buying USD/JPY because we sell all the yen pairs again.
Yeah.
And I show you guys that the monthly chart on all the yen pairs that they're eventually they gotta drop back, and most of them already broke the parabolic SAR on the monthly chart. So there's no point trying to buy it for the long term.
US what's it called? Australian yen and the pound yen. Those
Yeah, yeah, they're
crazy.
dropping. Yeah, they're dropping. Yeah. Yeah, I try my best to update every signal as much as I can, especially when I'm not in class. Because when something happens, major reversals happen, and I have to pay attention to this because there's no point of just saying, "Oh, we're going to do this for the whole night," and that something major shifts.
Do you think UJ is going back to 100?
UJ, I'm looking for 98
Okay.
at the lowest.
So you're selling AUD NZD because it's sitting on resistance right now, and it has that huge overall downtrend.
Which one?
The Aussie New Zealand.
Oh, what did I write that? Aussie, New Zealand. I wrote down Australia USD and New Zealand USD.
Oh,
Yeah. Now,
because I didn't see that. Like when I was looking at it, it looked like it was just consolidating.
yeah, I wasn't looking at Australia, New Zealand.
Oh no, those that pair wouldn't move.
It's kind of hard to work with that pair, especially when both of them drop at the same time.
Yeah. That pair would consolidate.
Yeah, totally forgot. On the weekly chart, we're buying USD CAD because man, I totally got to show you guys this. Hold on, I'll show you why I'm really going long term on USD CAD. Here, I was told back in last year that USD CAD is inverse pairs with Australia and New Zealand, and I mean that's just what I was told. I mean I could be wrong, but you can see that USD CAD is up, and then Australia and New Zealand is going down. And then I was told that USD Swiss franc and Euro USD are inverse pairs. What I don't believe is the inverse of USD JPY and pound. That's what I was told back then, but they don't really show the opposite way.
But sometimes pairs can get out of correlation, you know?
Yeah.
On FX Street, there's actually a correlation calculator that you can plug in, and you can scan different time frames and actually look at pairs, and you can pull up a single pair and it'll show you what it's closest related to and most inverse related to. And UCAD on that, it's inverse to EJ and GJ, but it's like an 80% correlation. That was the closest currently across 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour daily, but it like diverged on, I think it was 30-minute. It's one of those. I only check those because those are the ones that I look at the most.
Oh, this will be an eye opener for you. Check.
What?
Can you do the Euro USD and oil?
Sure. Oh, hang on. You know what? You can do it. I'm trying to update some signals for you guys right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep this up.
I meant delete.
Oh, D. If you can make, if I make, yeah, D can share his thing if he wants. Let me see. I'm just trying to update the signals for you guys here, so wherever you guys want to share your screen. You said you wanted D Lee to show his screen about.
Oh no, the thing he was talking about, the correlation thing.
Oh.
Check out Euro USD and oil.
Euro USD and oil. What's going on with that? Well, if you look at UCAD and oil, I know that they're totally opposite.
Yeah. I learned that one from Shuri Suri.
Yeah.
EJ is dropping pretty hard tonight.
The what?
EJ.
EJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still selling EJ, GJ, CAD JPY, UJ, Swiss franc JPY, and I think so yeah, I'm trying to sell all the yen pairs because if you look at the monthly chart, they've been up against the yen for like 3-4 years. And this is the year that the Bank of Japan decided to revive their economy, increase the inflation, and they want to make the Japanese dollar stronger again. So that's why there's no, I don't care how strong the euro is, I don't care how strong the dollar is, nothing goes against any bank that's going to revive their economy. No country, no other currency is going to go against that. That's on the fundamental side.
Ku, can I ask a question real quickly? Are you done updating the signals?
Almost.
Okay.
What's up? What's up, Shay?
I wanted to ask, so if you put up, because I'm just trying to learn how the signals work. If you put up signals and then after like the first hour or two, you change the direction, what do we do? Do we just switch them or how does that work?
Yeah, you want, what was it? Oh.
Because
yeah. Did I not close out the other one? Yeah, so basically what we see right now is that New Zealand, Australia is dropping back, and they're dropping the most percentage. USD CAD is gaining the most percentage with the dollar. So there's no point buying UJ and there's no point buying USD Swiss franc. What I'm looking at is on trading economics is what's actually gaining and I'll share my screen. Do I still have, I didn't close out the other UCAD trade, huh? Where's that at? So when I look at this right here, this is important. Notice that New Zealand dropped more than that, but New Zealand dropped by 0.36%, and Australia dropped right after that, and I know it was like 0.28, 0.29%. UJ, I'm still selling UJ. I'm not changing that. You can see how USD Swiss franc is still negative. I'm not going to change that. But UCAD is still pushing up. Reason being is because I'm looking at what's gaining the most and what's losing the most. When this is a good tool to reference off because I'm constantly looking at this. Like if I'm not in class, I'm constantly looking at this to make sure that what's actually going to make the most amount of money for the whole week. And when Tokyo hits, a couple hours after Tokyo, there's always 2-3 pairs that are going to fluctuate a lot in pips right away. And those are your pairs that you're going to notice that's going to gain the most from the whole week, for this whole week. So that already tells me where Australia, New Zealand, and USD CAD is going to go for the whole week. So we are basically, you want to position yourself when you see something like this. And you can see how pounds dropping back, but eventually euro is going to drop back. So euro's trying to reclaim itself back at 123 here, and it was trying to push for 124, but we didn't see that. So more than likely it's going to face rejection again and come back down. The dollar's still holding its weight at 89.96. It's going to try and break 90 again. Once it breaks 90, it's going to try and shoot for a higher price, back to 90.5. And it did almost hit 91 on Thursday before Trump sent it down. So I'm constantly looking at every single major pair along with the US dollar index and the percentage change on trading economics. Once you get good, like I said, once you get good at looking at what's gaining and what's losing and then following the dollar index, you're going to know what's going to make the most amount of money within the first 3 hours of Tokyo sessions, because you're going to see the significant impact on either Australia, New Zealand, or Euro or Pound, USD JPY, or USD CAD, USD Swiss franc. You're going to start seeing all this stuff, or even gold. And when you start seeing that much fluctuation going on in pips and that much in the percentage gain or percentage loss, then that's the pair to go off for the whole week, because that's going to make you the most amount of money.
Okay, I see. Because I was just wondering why it was a buy for NZD and US CAD, and then you switched it, and what your thinking was on that. But now I see what you're doing.
Yeah, so like
Does that happen? Yeah. Does that happen often in the beginning of the sessions? Then should we wait for the first few hours before placing our orders?
Yeah, well, the most important thing is you don't have to take the signals. I mean, I'm always constantly trying to update it as much as possible for this session. Tonight's session is so important because we're trying to get in, for a good position if we were to do a weekly swing. And since there's 29 red news for this week, there's really not a whole lot to do a weekly swing. Now, if the dollar does regain itself and break 90 tomorrow for New York sessions, and it keeps pushing to break 90.5 and try and shoot for 91. So those are two price points I'm looking at for the dollar. 90.5 in the middle of the band and 91 for the upper band, the Bollinger Bands. Once it breaks all that, it's a strong buy for the whole week. I'm not going to change anything. But the most important thing is what's going to happen this whole Tokyo session until London hits. So if they're actually going to drive the dollar up tonight, right now, then they're going to drive it for New York sessions. And there's nothing going to change that. So if the dollar's not going to drop any lower, I mean, we can see if I were to here, let me
UJ's dropping again.
Yeah, I'm still selling UJ. I'm not changing that one. But you can see this is a 1 hour, but you can see that on the 4 hour, it went down here and it came right back up. It's trying to push back up. The new 4 hour candle will start at midnight. Once it closes above this bullish candle, this green candle here, then it's going to try and shoot for 90. It's not far away from 90, but it needs to break 90 and then go and surpass the 90 price. Can't just sit at 90. So let me see the 30-minute chart. Yeah. So on the 30-minute chart, you support 89.88 back to 89.96. And this is a pretty strong type price consolidation here. But most importantly is if they're not going to drop it, then it's going to come back up for 90. And I was looking for it to break 89.85 here, but it didn't even want to break that either.
Just consolidate.
Yeah. And if it's not going to break lower, it's going to create support and come right back up again at 90. And if I didn't see this change, we'd be losing money. So there's no point of just trying to say, oh, we're going to hold it for the whole session and until London. It doesn't make no sense. Let's see what else. Does that answer your question? If not, I can try to re-explain it another way.
No, it does. Yeah. Okay. I didn't take those signals. I was just wondering what your thinking was and how that process worked. That's all.
Okay.
And the only other question that I had was that if we were weekly swinging, when should we do it till tomorrow? Or because I know you said it's mostly a news week this week, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of high impact news. If, like I said, if the dollar breaks 90 tonight and it shoots even higher and tries, it has to shoot for 90.5 for the middle band. At least break that middle band or break above that moving average and stay above there to indicate some kind of uptrend. If it still stays below the 90 mark, that's still under the middle band and still under the moving average. So there's no point in me trying to buy for the long haul. This will probably just end up being a quick buy for tonight. And if they drop it back for New York sessions, then they're going to drop it back for every single New York session. So if the dollar's trying to recover tonight, whatever rises at night ends up falling back in the morning. It can't just rise up for the next two sessions. I haven't really seen that happen. So with this retracement right now, I don't really call it a reversal. It has to be a strong reversal to push that dollar even further and send everything back down, including the euro, because the euro is still trying to hold its way at 123. So without, like I said, when you look at trade economics and you look at the percentage change of each currency pair, you know what's going to fluctuate the most pips. You know what direction is going to, where they're trying to push for each currency value. And then you know exactly what 2-3 pairs are going to make you the most amount of money for the whole week, because that dictates how much they're going to fluctuate. So, I mean, I know it's a lot of explaining to do, but as we progress through every single week, every single Sunday, every single Sunday is crucial to know that how much they're going to try and drive down the Australian dollar, how much they're going to try and push up, gold, how much they're going to try and push euro, how much they're going to try and push the pound, all the major pairs, where they're going to try and push the major pairs for tonight to start off the weekly trend, and also which trend are they going to try and push it towards for the whole week. So this is, I don't know. I can talk about this all night, but I don't want to confuse anybody. I mean, we've been at it for 2 hours already. So when I upload this video, you probably, I don't know if you guys want to rewatch 2 hours of this, but I mean, it's on you. So
who's even going to download it?
If you download this on your phone, I would not recommend it. You have to download it on your computer. Oh man, I can't stress that enough.
Cool. You said your USD was going to drop back, and guess what?
Dude, it's dropping, dude. I'm telling you. Because the dollar's almost at 90.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. We got to switch positions, dude. Yeah, this is very important.
So if it stays above...
Huh? Say what?
If it stays above 90.5, does that mean you're going to keep it for longer than a day?
It all comes down how fast it hits 90.5. If let's just say it hits 90.5 during London sessions, you have to ask yourself, as soon as London overlaps into New York, that first hour there's going to be retracements on any given first hour of any session. As soon as it hits that high of a price for any pair, and it drives into the next session, the retracements hit, and can it withstand that retracement? And if they're going to sell it, they're just going to sell it right back to where it started. And then there was really no point holding it through. I'll hold it through. I'll take the hits. But the most important thing is, for every single new session, you should take profit. If you're not going to try and do a weekly swing, or if you're not going to try and swing until the whole sessions, until a new session starts. And so even if you don't hit the take profit, I mean, you're better off taking some kind of profit before the new session hits. I always encourage, everyone to do that. When you come into, London, or you come into New York or into Tokyo, you have to expect the retracements on any first hour of any session that starts. And if you don't care about the retracements, then that means that you're willing to take the hit, and you're willing to you should already know that, okay, I know that's going to retrace, but I know it's going to come back my way. And if it doesn't come back my way, then I'll reverse and take my losses and come back in another position. So, like I said, I'll try my best to update, my goal is to update signals as much as I can, just in case if something were to happen. This will probably end up being a lot of crazy updates because of high impact news every single day, starting Monday night with the Australian the Bank of Australia interest rate decision. So from there, it's just going to be nonstop red high impact news signals, and it's on you if you want to take it. If you don't want to take it, then I'll send out a swing signal for you guys, so you guys can get in and then take your profit and get out. Because within 3 hours of Tokyo, I mean, we're already facing a retracement from the dollar already. So we can't sell the dollar throughout the whole session of New York. I mean, a whole session of Tokyo right now.
Oh boy.
Do you switch a trade for gold?
Say what?
You switching trade for gold?
Yeah, because gold struggled. I'm trying to update while I'm talking with you guys. So gold struggled at 13. Gold hit 13.26, but now it's back at 13. Was it 13.25?
25.
Yeah. Because there's no way gold can go up and the dollar go up. There's no way. If the dollar's going up, then gold's got to come back down. No. Yeah.
Do you think that news is sometimes like priced in? Like what I mean to say is that it's kind of rigged. Because this is what I'm saying. I watched some videos from like these long-term traders.
Yeah.
And they'll show like consistently they take their swings midweek to midweek, and especially NFP.
Yeah.
It's like a fly basically on like an elephant, because you'll notice like retracements away from the real direction before NFP, the majority of the times that the actual spike is gonna happen.
How do I want to explain this?
And I don't think it's always true, because sometimes news like is a complete reversal.
I'm going to tell you, for every interest rate decision, you have to be ready for a reversal. I mean, that's huge for every central bank. If they're not going to raise interest rates, or if they just meet the expectations, they'll spike up, because whether it meets expectations or something was positive within the first 5 minutes. After they release the interest rate decision, there's a monetary policy meeting and a conference from the central bank. They have to state the reason why they kept the rates unchanged, or why they raised the interest rates, or why they dropped the rate. If they drop the rate, that's a huge sell-off for any bank, even for the dollar. That's a huge sell-off. That's like which central bank didn't decided to cut the rates? I'm trying to remember. I think it was either New Zealand or Canada. When they dropped the rate, it dropped more than 1,000 pips on that spike. A lot. Huge. And I didn't understand why it dropped so much. And until I read the book Currency Trading for Dummies and all this other stuff, I was like, wow, that's a huge spike. Never seen that happen before. And the moment we have 4 interest rate decisions along with their monetary policy conference. You're going to have the initial spike for that interest rate. Then you're going to have the retracement. Then you're going to have another spike because of what they said at the conference. And then you probably have another spike because whether investors or bankers or professional traders are either buying into what they're saying or selling it on what they're saying. So you have to expect at least 3 spikes in less than 5 minutes. And I don't expect anyone to get in on any interest rate decision. But if you want to, I suggest, like I said, trading on a demo account and testing it out for yourself because you're going to see how crazy it is. And I mean, you can make a lot of money right away on the initial spike, but most of the time you end up getting whipsaw anyways. So
I met some fundamental traders there from South Africa.
okay.
They have some robots, some like EAs.
Yeah.
That they developed to just trade the news, boy. And they it's crazy because they trade only the spikes. And they put like 10 lots and 15 lots. So they make mad amount of money on these spikes though. So
until the one day the robot
Yeah.
takes the account down.
I mean, I want to develop a robot that can do that, but once you guys pick up, my way of trading the news, then you don't have to do buy stops and sell stops anymore. And those that have been trading news with me, you can see how I look at it, how I project it, and determine at the final countdown.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna type it in here. You guys can look at it on Facebook. It's crazy.
So I mean, like I said, everyone has their own way of trading high impact news, and once you see it, you just go with it. You don't want to second guess. And once you second guess, you're just gonna get yourself caught. I second guessed so many times in the beginning. I lost so much money, trading red news. But I built the confidence and I built my way up to where, okay, this is where it's gonna go. You see the anticipation. Everyone's anticipating to be a buy, but it ends up being a sell. If everyone's anticipating to be a sell, it's gonna be a buy. That's the basic principle to go off of. I don't care what FX Street or investing.com, I don't care what they got to say. There's always a top professional financial analyst going to say their 2 cents, whatever, their opinion on what they think is going to happen. I got a couple opinions of what's going to happen for non-farm payroll, but it's not enough for me to bounce off their ideas. Once Thursday hits, I'll have a definite confirmation of what they're going to do with the non-farm payroll. So you'll see Thursday night, they're either going to sell the dollar or they're going to buy the dollar. Tokyo session hits, there's going to be a lot of anticipation from Japan and China. Is it worth buying the dollar all the way till non-farm payroll? Or is it worth selling the dollar all the way till non-farm payroll? You got Asian markets coming in, and then all of a sudden London hit, you got London traders anticipating where the non-farm payroll is going to go. As soon as that first, the first 5 minutes of New York session opens, you're gonna see where they're gonna try and push the dollar. That's another confirmation to look at. As soon as the last minute hits, I try to get in at the last minute. Wherever you're gonna push it, you're gonna see a lot of candles, because what I do is I bounce off the 1 minute chart, and you're gonna see some highly anticipation of candles going up and down a lot. And I have that video. I showed it to most of you guys. I have 2 non-farm payroll videos on my YouTube channel. I even have a video talking about how to trade red news on my YouTube channel. But there's so many other methods of looking at it. And when it comes to interest rate decisions and monetary policy conferences, you better be ready to to take some huge hits if it doesn't go your way. And so I'm gonna, like I said, every single red news for this week is gonna be crazy, really, really crazy. Starting with the RBA tomorrow night, and so you don't, and I don't expect any one of you guys to get in, but if you want to get in, test it out for yourself. I mean, that's the only way you're gonna learn. So
Where do you give the alerts at, in here or in the other chat room?
if since RBA is during Tokyo sessions, I'll do a live Zoom here. I'll do a live Zoom webinar here, and I'll send out the prediction on EchoFin. So make sure that you're paying attention to the signal, and I'm gonna type in that it's gonna be red news. So make sure you read the description on that signal. It's gonna be red news. There's no point of swinging. There's no point of swinging. I'll type it all out so you guys don't get confused here. But since there's 29 red news, expect 29. I mean, it'll be a lot. You're gonna expect. Yeah, there's a lot. Expect.
Soku, what are you doing leading up to the red news? Just looking at the pairs on trading economics and the percentages?
No, I'm not looking at that. Let's just say we're looking at. Here's another way of looking at this. Oh man, one of these days I'll just have to sit down and just talk about red news and show you. I'll show you how many methods do I have. 1 minute chart, the news, reading up on news. Let's see. I have 6-7 methods on how to trade red news. Has nothing to do with non-farm payroll. There's every single red news has its own unique way. When we're dealing with interest rate decisions plus their monetary policy meeting, you have to be ready for 3 spikes. There's going to be more than that, but those 3 spikes are really big and long, and you'll see at the last spike. After the last one, the third one, then you're gonna be like, okay, they're gonna send it down or they're gonna send it back up. Whatever the last spike is, it ends up starting that trend. So if the last spike is going down, it's a downtrend. If the last spike is up, it's gonna be an uptrend. I'm talking about when it's more than one spike. If it's a major spike going up or down, like a long candle, like a real long candle, is not giving up. That's already letting you know that it's a major push, whether it's going up or down. Every different high impact news is totally different. So you can't just base it, like what I did was I was just trying to base it off of non-farm payroll. And there are times I got whipsawed so many times, I'm like, okay, I have to take a step back because every high impact news is totally different. So once you start trading every single high impact news, whether it's the interest rate decision, the Fed speech, Trump's speech, I mean, every currency, Euro red news, Canada red news, Japan red news, Australia red news, New Zealand red news, the pound, UK's red news. I mean, every single pair, every major pair that has high impact news is totally different. You can't just go off the same pattern. There's a certain method behind how to trade their high impact news. So if we were to look at the RBA rate statement and the RBA interest rate decision tomorrow, which is the Reserve Bank of Australia, then what you want to do is you want to look at the pound Australia. This is another way of looking at it. The pound, GBP, AUD, Euro AUD, look at AUD NZD and look at AUD AUD Australia USD. Those 4 pairs. If we were to look at, you know what? I should share my screen. I'll just share my screen here. I'm gonna type in all these pairs here, and I'm gonna show the daily here. AUD NZD. I'm going to show you one way of looking at this. Okay. GBP, AUD, then you do Euro, AUD. Because if there's high impact news on Australia, then you want to look at everything that you can trade against the Australian dollar and everything that goes with the Australian dollar. Because if it's positive, Australia JPY would go up too. All the Australian pairs will go up. Oh, come on. So that's something to look at. What?
You have to click Forex. You're in trading ideas.
Oh, what? Sorry. Where Forex at? Oh man.
Right here, look, Forex.
Okay. Going through the daily here. All right. Okay. If we were to look at, damn, that's really up. Okay. If we were to look at the daily, we can see the opposite direction, right? Australia's down. Australia, New Zealand's down. GBP, AUD, and Euro AUD is up. What that tells me is that there's a strong anticipation for tonight that they don't think that Australia is going to deliver what they're going to do tomorrow for the Reserve Bank of Australia. If that's the case, then that means Euro AUD and GBP AUD is going to be a sell. And that means Australia, New Zealand, and Australia USD will end up spiking back up.
What?
I don't know how to explain this. I just don't know how to explain it, but it just works. Okay?
Say that again?
It just works. Okay, tomorrow is the Reserve Bank of Australia. High impact news, okay? I mean, look how high Euro AUD and GBP AUD is on the daily. Okay? They're pretty up there. They're gonna keep going up because Australia USD is dropping back tonight. If that's the anticipation from what I'm seeing right now, they're gonna spike it up.
All right, I get you.
Okay? Instead of spiking it down. You can't just spike it down again on the downtrend.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. You have to see where the anticipation is going. And if you don't see the anticipation, then you're gonna get yourself caught. And then you're gonna be like, oh well, I'm just gonna take a guess at this and I think it's gonna be a sell. All of a sudden it ends up spiking up. And you're like, holy crap. So this is just another method of looking at it because if let's just say, what was it? What else got interest rate decision? What else? Canada, the Bank of Canada. Guess what I'm going to look at? USD CAD. I'm going to look at CAD JPY. I'm going to look at GBP CAD. Anything that you can trade against the Canadian dollar and Euro CAD. I didn't see this pattern until like almost 3 months ago. Because if I'm just looking at one Canada pair and it's high impact news, no, I need to look at what's the opposite of Canada. What's going against Canada? If the pound and euro is against Canada, look how high they are. If they're anticipating bad news for Canada, guess what? Canada's gonna spike right back up. Look how strong the CAD JPY has been on the sell. It's been on the sell for a long time on the daily chart. Is it gonna go down any lower for that interest rate decision and plus their monetary policy meeting? If it's not, then this gotta go up, not down. that's going to tell me that USDK is going to send itself back down too. USDK has been out for a long time. So you have to start seeing this. This is just one way of looking at it. You don't have to look at all the pairs. You can just focus on one pair. And when you look at the 1 minute chart, you can see how much anticipation is going on the last minute. Not on the last, 10, 15 minutes, but on the last minute, the final countdown, when my FX book is saying 59 seconds, and I'm telling you guys, oh yeah, we have 59 seconds left. I get in on the very last 10 seconds. Because when it hits like the 3 second, 2 second, as soon as it hits 2 seconds, it's already released, and you'll see the spike. You'll see the initial spike going up or down. You don't wait till it hits 0. You wait till it hits 0, you already missed it. They're gonna release it before it hits 0 seconds. So there's a lot of stuff to look at, especially when we got 29 high impact news this week.
29.
I'm telling you, the interest rate decision is going to be tough because when they release the interest rate decision, they have to explain why they left the rates unchanged or why they raised the rates. If they raise the rates, that's a massive spike going up, massive spike, and it ain't going to stop. When Canada raised when Canada raised their rates for last year, I think they raised like 2 times. Man, that was a massive spike down for USD CAD. GBP CAD took a hit. Euro CAD took a hit. Canada JPY took a huge spike going up. You got to see that coming so you can trade these cross pairs. So not just looking at one pair, but you can look at all the pairs that are going to be affected by the high impact news. So it's just another method of looking at it. I can give you every single thing, but guess what we're going to be talking? We're going to be talking till like 6 in the morning. So there's so much stuff to look at. Okay, so much stuff. I mean, we're going to be we're approaching like 3 hours into this. So I mean, I can keep going. I don't want to feel like I'm overloading you guys so much. Because if you're rewatching this webinar, I mean, I wish you the best of luck. But rewatching a 2.5 hour webinar is not
This is like one of your lectures in class, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
yeah. I don't want to make it seem like I'm giving like a whole spiel on I can, but I can only talk for so long, and I don't want to feel like I'm overloading so much information to you guys all at once. And so you'll gradually pick up this method. You'll gradually pick up, most of my strategies. I don't expect everyone to be like me, but you'll pick up certain skill sets from me, and then you go, okay, this is what I'm gonna do with Ku's method for red news. This is what I'm gonna do for Ku's method for swing. This is what I'm gonna do for his method for scalping. This is what I'm gonna do, when this happens to the markets. This is what I'm gonna do. I mean, it's just another way of just adding it to your own list of trading skills, so that something that you can rely on instead of just having nothing else to rely on. You gotta have a backup plan to adapt to the Forex markets. And if you don't have anything to back up yourself and you just rely on one method, I don't know what to say. I mean, you're gonna get yourself caught in the middle, and you don't know what else to do. So most of the time, you just end up over trading your account because you want to make your money back, and that's not the way of trading. So
good. Real quick, let me see if I got this straight. I've heard you say it several times. So just trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned USD CAD, like when Canada raised their interest rates.
Yeah.
So USD CAD went down, which means that the Canadian dollar went up.
Yeah.
So it was like a negative news, but had like increased their value.
Yes.
So that's the part, like, it's like it's like negative, but it's going up. So the actual currency, not the pairs. So it's
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the pair. If Canada becomes positive, USD CAD, GBP CAD, and Euro CAD will drop a lot. And I've seen
got
it
it.
happen. The only thing that will go would be anything that's CAD, JPY. I think there's CAD, Swiss franc, CAD. What else? All the other CAD. Anything that's CAD / whatever will go up significantly. Just like we're gonna be trading the Australia interest rate decision tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you, you have to be prepared because I'm going to release those signals. And you have not traded red news before, you better be ready because the moment it impacts, you're going to see another spike. They explain why they raised rates or didn't raise rates. That's another spike, and it's going to be more crazier than non-farm payroll. At least with non-farm payroll, you can see one major spike. And with any interest rate decision, you have to expect more than one spike. I've seen at least 3 spikes in interest rate decisions. And so if everything was priced in, there are some that are priced in and they just do one massive spike. But that's if it does go that way. And we don't know, like, I can't say that I'm going to be 100%, accurate, but I know for sure that there will be more than one spike with these interest rate decisions. And I've seen it in the past. Very, very few do they ever go one way. So like I said, once it gets released, they have to explain it and they have to. Well, you're going to see investors jumping in, banks jumping in. You're going to see professional traders getting in and out. That's why that's why you see the whipsaw and you see these candles going so much because they're anticipating the same thing. And the only ones that know it is Canada or Australia that's releasing it, or they know what to expect. If we were to dive into what the banks are thinking, I mean, that's what I'm trying to dive into. I'm trying to dive into exactly what the banks are thinking. Once you get into their mindset, once you figure out and what their system is, I'm telling you, it's just like cracking the lottery system or the casino. You can crack the system, you can find out exactly what's going on. And I am working on that behind the scenes. Even though I'm doing all this personal sessions, webinar and stuff, there's so much more into this industry. And if you own a casino, you know the probabilities of who's winning money and who's losing money. That's it. You're not going to lose money, I'll tell you that, because you know that you're going to make more money off of them versus them making more money off of you. That's how the banks do it. And so I have a different level of thinking into this industry. And you have to start thinking like the banks. You have to start projecting future price projections. And you have to start looking ahead. I try to keep up to date, like I said, at least 2 weeks ahead of the markets, because I don't want to fall back and be the one like, oh, I got to backtrack why I lost so much money. I don't want to do that anymore. I did a lot of backtracking last year. It's time to move forward. And so I'm telling you, you're gonna get like, I'm telling you, I'm putting a lot of time here. So you're gonna get a lot of time out of me. You're gonna pick my brain. You're gonna get everything. Like, my way of thinking into Forex has nothing to do with fundamentals and technical. It's a whole different way of thinking into this market. And once you start seeing how I think about the markets, you're like, man, okay, I know what to expect for Sunday. I know what to expect for next week. I know what to, you have a certain way of seeing how they're going to push the markets for the upcoming future. You want to predict the future, you got to know what's going on. You got to know what's going on for the next couple of days, for the next week, and you don't want to fall behind that. I always try to stay ahead of the game. I don't ever want to be the one like, oh, well, I guess I'll just wait till tomorrow because Sunday's pretty slow. No. You gotta know what's going on a Sunday, because Sunday starts Tokyo session. Sunday starts the market. You're gonna see anticipation from Asian and London, and then you're gonna see more anticipation from New York. So I'm telling you, I don't know if anyone thinks like this, but I mean, this is the way I think about the markets, and so it's a whole different way of how I look at it. And I feel like I gave you guys way too much information tonight, so hope to answer your question.
So when you do your seminar, are we getting in free?
The what seminar?
Your Forex seminar, like that you'll be charging like $2,500 for?
Forex seminar. What Forex seminar?
Dude, your future, baby, your future.
I mean, if I ever get chosen to be up on stage to talk about this, I mean, that's. I don't like. I don't expect to be on stage and talking to thousands and thousands of people. I mean, just me on YouTube talking to like 100 viewers is already good enough for me. But
you can do like Tone, man, and set up a seminar where everybody gives you like a tenth of a Bitcoin, you know?
Oh my.
I mean, I don't really plan on doing that. I mean, my goal, like right now, my goal is to take 100 people and to just take it to the whole next level more than me. That's my goal. I want you guys to be like more successful than just trading Forex. And I'm telling you, like, you're going to pick my brain. You're going to get all this information every single day. And it's going to get repetitive. It's going to be the same knowledge, right? And something's going to click in, right? And whether it's working at your job for 10 years or owning a business for 5 years or doing something that you've done long enough to where you pick up something and you're like, you know what? I could do this 1,000 ways, in a different 1,000 ways, much better, different 1,000 methods. And everything just starts clicking in. Once everything starts clicking in, you don't have to rely on me that much. You know exactly, you have something set for every single week, every single day, and you know what to fall back on, and you don't have to be asking me a whole bunch of questions. I mean, you can just be like, okay, this doesn't go my way, I'm going to do this. If this doesn't go my way, I'm going to do that. And, have a backup strategy, have a backup plan, and know that you're not risking, thousands of dollars every single week or every single month trying to make that money. And, finances, you should already be set aside to this. You don't just want to be just throwing all your money in and be like, oh, I hope that coup makes me a lot of money this whole month. I mean, you don't want to rely on signals forever. I mean, my goal is like that. If you pick my brain, I mean, if you for paying signals, if you pay for signals and you pick my brain for 30 days straight, you should have some kind of trading knowledge from me, and some kind of development behind that, and and that way you'd be like, okay, I had the discipline, I had the knowledge, my mindset's changed. Let's go for it. I don't need to rely on Coup anymore. That's it. If you have to rely on me forever, I mean, that's not the person that I want to train, because it doesn't do anything for me, because then I'm stuck with you for forever. I don't care if you do a lifetime membership, that's great, but ultimately you shouldn't have to rely on me for the rest of your trading career. You should know how to be on your own. And I believe that 1 year should be enough to pick my brain, to pick the skill sets, to pick every single trading experience that I learned from, mistakes. The most important thing is learn from your mistakes. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you repeat the same mistakes on and so forth. And so that's a lot. It's a lot to go with. Oh man, I think it's bedtime.
So the dollar's gone down for the last hour.
Oh yeah, it is. But NCD, let's see, no NCD. UCAD still up. Then go down.
Oh, you see gold? Bitcoin is good.
1925. Yeah, the only USD pair I'm touching is USD CAD before it drops back for that Canada interest rate decision. Look, I mean, when you look at, like I said, when you look at all the major impact news, and if the anticipation is coming down this much already on a Sunday before the news hits on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, I think there's a Monday is RBA, Tuesday is more Australia red news. Okay. Wednesday is the Bank of Canada. Thursday is the Euro Central Bank, along with, okay, so yeah, so that's crazy. So Thursday more you have the Euro Central Bank. They give out two interest rate decisions. I mean, not two, one interest rate decision and deposit rate decision. If they don't meet up to the expectations, it's going to be a huge sell. If one of them meets and the other one doesn't, it's another sell. They have to meet both in line, and not end up being a sell no matter what. That's how I seen it. BOJ is going to be huge. They're expecting the BOJ to raise their interest rate decision. They have not raised their interest rates for a really, really long time. If they do, we will see a massive breakout on a sell for all the yen pairs.
Again.
A huge breakout, on a sell. Because like I said, I'm looking for if you look at the monthly chart on USD JPY, GBP JPY, Euro JPY, CAD JPY, look at the monthly chart. Most of them already broke the parabolic star on the monthly chart, and they should be having another dot already because it's March. It's a huge sell-off going down the monthly chart, even the weekly chart. If they do raise rates, it's just going to be another huge sell-off for all the yen pairs. And so BOJ's been talking about raising rates already. And if they're going to deliver raising rates, I mean, there's no way I'm buying any yen pairs. No way.
But I suspect that they're going to raise their rates for real, though.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people are like, well, they haven't raised their rates in this many years. And then, I mean, if they plan on increasing the economy already to 2% inflation, they already plan. I mean, if we look at last month, if we look at January and up until now, yen pairs has been a sell-off versus a buy.
Yep.
This new year started the kickoff for the Bank of Japan. And so they've been talking about this for a long, long time, and they finally decided to do this. So they're going to revive the economy. They're going to raise rates. This is going to be a huge sell-off for every yen pair. You're going to see a huge, massive spike down. And then Friday is non-farm payroll. So all eyes on non-farm payroll on Friday morning. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff to look at. I mean, I'm gonna go bed.
I'm going to go and sleep.
It's getting tired. I'm gonna have to upload this 3-hour webinar for you guys. Please do not download on your phone. You're gonna have to download on your computer. You can't. I can't say that anymore. I don't.
Hey.
Oh man, there's a lot of stuff.
You could upload it to you could upload it to YouTube and make it unlisted.
I could, but
Isn't that easier?
no, because if I upload anything that's more than an hour, they have to verify it. They have to see if there's any music or any copyright stuff. That's so stupid with how they do it now. And I'm a partner for YouTube, so they make sure that I'm not uploading anything stupid or anything that's copyright material. And yeah, anything longer than an hour, it has to be inspected from their department. So that's why I don't want to upload anything more than an hour. That's why it's better just to live stream on YouTube, because you can live stream 24/7. They don't care.
Yeah.
They'll cut you off if you're like doing something, illegal. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's just better just go live stream on YouTube, because people want to see live trades, they want to see live charts, they want to see what's going on right now at this session, and that's what I was doing back in September, and I stopped doing it because I'm doing this now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Yep, it's my bedtime. It's 12 o'clock.
yeah, it's my bedtime too. It's only 9:50.
Where's
Morning now.
You're going to be up for London, right?
Say what?
You got to take a nap because you're going to be up for London, right?
I'm not gonna be out for London. No way. I got class tomorrow.
I need to go to Spain. That way I can catch London and New York
Yeah.
and be on the beach.
On the beach.
I mean, from what we've seen right now, I mean, the dollar index. Oh, I didn't even look at the stupid gap. Okay. So the dollar index opened going down. Okay, so anytime anything opens going down, it's gonna retrace right back up to where the gap is, in which it did, which the dollar did.
Yeah.
And so I totally forgot to look at that. Anytime it does that, then you buy the US dollar. But the only US dollar pair that's really gaining momentum is USD CAD. Swiss franc is still down. I'm not buying USDJPY because I'm following the sell, the strong sell for all the yen pairs. So there's no point buying USDJPY. Euro's still holding its weight.
Have you checked gold? Gold is going up.
I don't care about gold. I don't care about gold right now. I think gold is still at the same
1326.
Yeah, 1326. Yeah. So I don't care if it's going back to 1326. I was looking for 1330, but it didn't go there yet. Breaks 1330, it would be a strong buy. Other than that, I mean, the dollar is really holding its weight at 89, and I was looking for 89.8, but it didn't come down there. It opened at the 89.8 outside the band, and then it came right back up to 90, and then went back down to 89.9, and it's still at 89.9 right now. So there's no point of selling if it's trying to hold its way at 89. Now, when London hits, they're going to try and sell the dollar, because remember, for every session for New York session, they're trying to make the dollar strong, because that's their session. When it comes to London, they're trying to make the euro and the pound strong, because that's their session. So when it's Tokyo, Japan is trying to make their currency strong against the yen pairs, along with Australia and New Zealand, when Sydney sessions overlaps into Tokyo.
That makes sense.
So yeah, you just have to look at that basic. It's just a basic principle to bounce off of, saying that if it's London, Does London want to drop the value of their own currency, or do they want to gain their own currency? They want to gain. They don't want to lose the value unless some high impact news affects it. Now, as soon as London hits, there's going to be some talk about the Italian elections, the post-elections announcement, and that's going to have a huge impact on euro as soon as it opens. So, plus, Theresa May for the UK is supposed to announce something sometime this week, could be tomorrow. She's supposed to announce what they plan on doing for the border deal, and also they can find some kind of Brexit deal with the European Union, which I have not seen any positive news for that yet. So the pound's going to take more of a hit than the euro. So euro GBP will end up going up instead of going down. So if you trade euro GBP is still up against the pound. So
Yeah, big time.
that's another good cross pair to look at if you were to trade if you were to go against the pound. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to look at, and so I don't want to feel like I'm cramming a lot of information. In 3 hours here, so
I've reached my capacity, so I'm gonna head in. I'll hear you guys for the New York sessions, man.
Yeah, I know that. Well, I'll let all my admins know, but when my midterm comes up, I'll be really busy for those 2 weeks.
What midterms? What the hell is that?
Get out of here, for real. So my midterm hit, I'm telling you, dude. I already told you guys. I already told you, and I think I told some of the admins already that when midterm hits, I won't be on here that much. I gotta really pound this out.
I thought if you slept on your books, you put the book underneath your pillow, you get it all.
Yeah, right.
I tried that. That didn't work.
That's what I did with your book.
Then you would have to be
It's not
here.
a physical copy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I have to do this GRE exam though.
And what is that?
The GRE, some graduate, because I'm looking to do my specialty, and I have it's some stupid entrance exam to do it. I'm like, why do I have to do this stupid exam to say I'm smart enough to come into your university? It's so stupid.
I thought you was done with the exams.
Yeah, I'm done. I want to specialize.
Okay.
Oh.
But for me to specialize, the entrance, one of the requirements is to do this GRE exam.
No, man, not doing that. No, I mean,
It's crazy. And it's like what do you call it? IQ exam.
IQ. What's the FIB?
Fibs.
I'm just messing around.
Fibonacci.
I don't use Fibonacci, but
I am my own Fibonacci. Fibonacci's dead. He was smart, but he's dead.
okay. I'm gonna shut this off. We can still chat in the chat group.
No, everybody go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut this off.